So today I'm looking at expectation, another super essential element if you want to be a woman who is evolving as a change maker, transforming from leadership to change making. Because you know what I realized today is that not everyone who is a leader is also showing up as a change maker. That oftentimes leadership just means managing the status quo and keeping things going. And that's not what leadership at its truest sense is really all about. It's really all about influencing the kind of change, transformational change, influencing a transformation of results, influencing the new vision, the new outcomes, the better that we want to see. So my thing today is that if you want to be a woman who is evolving as a leader and a change maker, if you want to be evolving, growing, maturing, going up to new higher levels and dimensions of your capacity to influence, then we've been looking at what those essential elements are. And on day one we spoke about the power of intention to radically reignite your power, your ability to evolve as a change maker. And then the day two, we looked at commitment, about the power of commitment to reignite and to get you evolving, kickstarting your next level of growth. And so today, I want to speak about how the power of expectation can really trigger your growth and development and your evolution as an influential change maker. So I was thinking about this, and I had a look to see what the word expectation means, and it means to anticipate. It means to anticipate, to await. But the impression when I study the word is that it's not a passive waiting. It's what I call a mindful waiting. It's about a strong belief. Expectation is a strong belief that something will happen, that somebody or someone will or shall achieve a particular thing. So it's an expectation that this thing will come to pass, this thing will arrive, this thing will come to me, this thing will manifest, this thing will appear, this thing will happen. So it's about supposing, it's about presupposing, it's about presumption and conjecture and surmising and reckoning. It's about prediction. If you are expecting, you are forecasting that something is about to take place. And so my question to you is simple today. What are you anticipating? What are you expecting? See, here's the thing, that as women in senior leadership, it can be really easy, can't it, to be expecting the worst, to be anticipating that the worst is going to happen. We're all familiar with that kind of anticipation, especially in the third sector and the public sector space. But we do need to master a higher expectation, and we need to up our game when it comes to expecting that powerful things could happen, powerful change could happen, that powerful things could happen through me, from me. So I'm asking you again today, what is it that you're expecting around you as a woman, a leader and a change maker working and leading in the third sector or the public sector space that you're in? Some of you will know that I was a midwife for many, many, many years. I was fortunate enough to be connected to thousands of women expecting a baby. And one of the things that I remember when I was thinking about this was how, it would be an alarm bell if, as a community midwife, you went to visit a woman who was pregnant and she hadn't started making any provision for her baby, her expectation to come to pass. So if she hadn't got a cot, or she hadn't sort of thought about where the baby was going to sleep, or she hadn't bought the clothes, or she hadn't packed her bag, you'd be raising questions about why not. If you're expecting a baby, how come you're not preparing for a baby? And expectation has this characteristic that it carries evidence of your expectation. People can see what you're expecting by the way that you are preparing for it, the way that you are acting as you wait for it. You know, imagine waiting for a bus. Imagine waiting for a train. You know, when in the mornings when I get to the train station, people are all looking up at the board, right, for the announcement board, because they're expecting that the train will be coming in soon, and they want to know which platform it is. So they're looking up. They're trying to research where do they have to go in order to catch the train that they're expecting to arrive in the station and take them to their destination. So what I'm saying here is that expectation carries evidence. There's evidence about what you're expecting by how you're behaving, how you're thinking, what you're supposing, what you're certain about, what you're drawing to you, what you're looking for. But I think expectation poses a challenge for us as women leading in the public sector or third sector space. In my experience, often as we climb to the top, as we become the CEO or the director or high-level leadership, it can almost feel like, because we're happy with our role, because we're happy with the level that we're at, and we don't have aspirations to go any further, it can feel like we can stop expecting growth. We can stop expecting ourselves to grow. We can stop expecting that there's more to come from us or for us or through us. We can stop expecting that there's still development that needs to happen, because after all, we've done really well. We've climbed the ranks. We're here. We're the CEO. We're the woman at the top. We're the director. And so today, I really want to challenge that even though we are women in high-level leadership, that the way to evolve, way to keep evolving, is to really grab hold and stir up a new expectation for what's possible through our leadership. So let me ask you again today, what are you expecting? What are you expecting what are you expecting from yourself? What are you expecting? Are you expecting that there is more to be for you, more for you to do, more for you to express and experience as an initiator and an innovator and an influencer of change that really matters? How high is your expectation that there's still so much more to come from you? There's still so much more that you could be and do and experience and express and create. How is your expectation around you, the impossible happening through you, that your leadership, your influence could be the thing that makes all the difference, that could could be the catalyst for impossible change, impossible new results, things that seem crazy or hard, difficult, challenging, impossible? How is your expectation that something impossible is going to happen through you, through your leadership? How is your anticipation that something radically different could take place in your industry or your organization or in the lives of your clients and customers and stakeholders because of your leadership, because of your influence? How much are you expecting that? How much are you expecting that the world could change, that you are a world changer, that there's more to be revealed about you as a world changer? Are you expecting that? Do you have high enough expectation about your clients and results, about your customer results, about what's possible for the people that your organization and your industry seeks to serve? You know, I was thinking about this and thinking that when I was a director of a public health initiative in London, local government, I remember coming to the role with such a fire for change for the vulnerable families that the program that I was about to lead was set up to help. But more and more, I would find myself suspecting and even coming face to face with this kind of unspoken low expectation of the client group, the unspoken low expectation about what is possible for these people. So it would be almost like things would take place like tick box exercises, so that they would be sort of routine. This is what we do, but our expectations for the actions that we're carrying out, the projects that we're funding, the initiatives that we're backing, the expectations for those programs were quite low. So to be successful was easy. To be successful in the role was easy because the expectation for the client group, the targets were just very poor. But what if we as an industry, you in your industry, in your sphere of influence, upped your expectation and then asked how to meet those expectations of the people that you serve, of the people that you lead, of the organization's relationship with the clients and customers? Think about that for a minute. Upping your expectation places a demand on you. It's like, I see it like a fishing line, you know, like it's like someone's thrown, your expectation throws out a line from the problem, from the need to you, and calls you to come up higher, calls you to step up in the way that you're approaching the situation. I'm encouraging you to think about upping the expectations of yourself, of your team, of the people that you serve, and the people with the challenges, the people with the problems, the people with the outcomes that need to be improved. I'm encouraging you to ask yourself, sit down and get yourself a journal out, a piece of paper, open up a new file and ask yourself, what are you expecting? Because let me tell you, what you are expecting carries evidence. There is evidence people can see, just like the midwife going into the community midwife going into the expectant mother's house. You're supposed to be able to see. People are supposed to be able to see what you're expecting. If you're waiting for a bus, people are supposed to see you at the bus stop, looking up at the signal to see when the bus is coming, so that you don't miss it. Right? There's evidence when you are expecting. So I'm asking you to consider, in a real mindful way, clear some time in your diary, exhale, get a cup of tea, get a journal, and ask yourself deeply, what is it that you are expecting, and what is the evidence that you can see? If there's no evidence that you're expecting that, if people can't see that you're expecting that, if you can't see that you're expecting that, then it's time to up your expectation. I hope you've enjoyed today, and I will speak to you soon. My name is Dion Johnson, aka the Womanologist, and I'm here to help women in senior leadership to evolve as influential change makers, to up their inner game of influence, and to be more influential in their role without sabotaging their health, their energy, their enthusiasm, their self-esteem, or their ethics. If that's you and you'd like to talk, then contact me by email at connect@dionjohnson. Otherwise, I'll see you next time with another broadcast. Take good care now. Bye.